So let's talk a little bit about how to actually strengthen your hips. And one of the first exercises that I usually give people, especially if they have really weak hips, is kind of a version of doing something called the clams and also doing like a side-lying abduction of their leg. So this is kind of a baseline exercise. When you do clams, what you're going to do, and I'm going to get into this position so you can see, is you want to lie on your side, have your heels in line with the rest of your body, make sure your pelvis doesn't roll backwards, and then you're going to open up your knees like this, like in a clamshell position. And you really want to feel like right here in your glute and at your hip is what's working. If you find yourself doing this, you're cheating, or if you feel like your hamstring's working, then you're not isolating this well enough. Sometimes you have to bring it up and just hold it there, but try to get the glute working right there. Doing 10 to 15 reps on each side is perfect. Then you can also straighten your leg and then just do this motion. Again, making sure your pelvis stays upright, you're not rolling back and forth. And both of those are good baseline strengthening exercises to start with for strengthening the hip. The next hip strengthening exercise that I usually have people do is a band walk. And just get one of these band loops. And this exercise is infinitely, it seems almost variable based on where you put the band. The higher up the leg it goes, the harder, easier it is. And then the hardest would be to have it actually just around the toes. So I'll show you around the ankles because this is where a lot of people start. And the key with doing lateral band walks is make sure you start with your feet shoulder width, if not a little bit further out. And then you never let those feet get closer together. Keep your butt out. You're in this just a slightly squat position, just like this. Where people tend to cheat is they let the feet get too close and they're kind of doing this thing. So always keep the feet wide and just do this little motion here. And you want to go 30 seconds one way, 30 seconds the other way. And that's a good place to start with doing band exercises for your hips. The next one that I want to show you is doing a single leg deadlift, what we call single leg RDL for Romanian deadlift. And this works your hips in a couple different ways because it requires a lot of balance and stability to do it correctly. So to do a single leg RDL, what you're going to do is start with one leg bent, other leg straight, making sure as you go down like this that you're not tilting side to side or keeping this leg down. You want to extend as you go down. So it looks like this. Squeeze here at the glutes to stabilize, and then you'll go down, and then you'll come back up. But where people will cheat with this is they either open the hips up or they close them down, or sometimes you just fall over and lose your balance. So that's another great way of strengthening the hips. The last one that I want to show you is a single leg bridge for hip strengthening. Actually, it's a single leg marching bridge. So with this one, you're going to get on your back, put your hands up like this so you're not cheating. You're going to bridge up as high as you can. And if you go really high, you'll actually get fairly straight. And then the idea is you want to march back and forth without your hips dropping down, okay? They might drop a little bit, but try to keep them up as high as you can. Don't let the hips drop or let them rotate down like this. So keep that squeeze going. Start by just doing 5 on each side and see if you can progress to 10 on each side. So there's a couple of my favorite hip strengthening exercises. Go ahead and give them a try and let me know what you think.